Hey everybody, Desert Prepper 1 here. We're going to talk about BB guns for a little bit, or pellet guns. You might think, that's a toy. That's not going to do me any good in any kind of survival situation, or just has no purpose in general. And, well, I don't buy that for a second. I mean, yeah, you can buy a 22 for maybe another $100 more than this pellet rifle was, which is great, but you can't just be shooting that in your backyard or at small critters that are in your garden or stuff like that. 22, they say it has an effective range of a mile. So you go shooting that in your backyard and it'll go quite a distance. You could get into some trouble with that. I'm not trying to be a safety Sally or anything like that. I'm just saying that you got to think about that when you're shooting, regardless where you are. But anyway, I bought the one on the bottom for basically pest control, and then my son he decided he wanted to try shooting with it, and it was too big for him. So I picked this up the other day. It's a Daisy. You can't see that. Powerline 35 is what it's called. It's a cheap one. It was like $30. But what it'll do is give him, the practice of aiming. It'll give him the practice of, how to hold a weapon, how to treat it as far as carrying it, not pointing it at people or whatever. Give them something to do. Give them something to do besides playing the dang Nintendo DS all day, which they used to do, and I don't do that anymore. They're limited as to when they can play with that. But anyhow, I recommend you get a fairly decent powered pellet gun. If you can get a 22 caliber one, that's even better, but they're kind of pricey. I do have a Benjamin Sheridan older one that seals went bad in it. I haven't been able to find the parts for it or a schematic on how to put it back together. I took it all apart and some stuff just fell apart and I don't know how it goes. So that one is apart. That one's a really good one. You can shoot through half-inch plywood with that, no problem. But anyway, this one here, I think is like 1,500 feet per second or better. Maybe it's 1,800, I'm not sure. I can take down ground squirrels, rabbits, large birds like crows, cat-sized creatures. No problem at all, and it's fairly quiet. So if you had a vermin problem in your yard, or if you had no food and you wanted to be a little low profile and not make a lot of noise with a regular firearm, you could use one of these and catch a meal. So I recommend definitely having one of those in your preparations. I don't recommend having it instead of a regular firearm, but if you have nothing at all, maybe go with this to start. You could shoot a person with this, and if you get them in the right spot, they're going to turn away. I've been shot by BB guns before, and it doesn't feel good. So, you might be able to repel an attacker with this. I wouldn't recommend it because he could just take it away from you and beat you with it, but you never know. There's many different kinds of pellets. Now they've come out with these lead-free ones because here in California they're all goofy about lead. So this is kind of a hollow point pellet. They all pretty much have the same performance. You can't get a whole lot of difference out of these. This pack, you can't really see the individual ones, but it's got these hollow points, it's got flat ones, and it's got pointed ones. some of those may give you an advantage if you're hunting little critters or those elusive beer cans or bottles or whatever you choose to shoot. This is more of the same. And by the way, these packs, you get 300 shots. They're like $2. You'll probably find them cheaper. Then also these are regular lead ones. I bought these a while ago, so maybe you can't get them anymore. Wouldn't surprise me. There's 500 in here. These go a long way. I mean, you can shoot a lot of rats off your telephone wires or mice or if you had. I'm not a big fan of shooting birds just for no reason. I mean, if they're really causing problems with your crops or whatever, I can understand it. But if they're just minding their own business on a telephone wire, I'm not a fan of just shooting them for that. I guess unless you're going to eat them, but most of the time they just fall to the ground and that's the end of it. And then there's the BBs. Now the BBs, I think these are cheap too. The smaller rifle can shoot either one. This one here will also shoot those, but it doesn't have a magnet to retain the BB. So I'm actually going to try to magnetize it with stick a magnet down in there and try to get it to where it'll hold the BBs. So as long as it's metal, it's not a piece of plastic. So there you have it. The best performing ones I've had. I don't know if you can see this. Excuse me. This actually has a BB in the end of the pellet. I have taken out very large, medium-sized animals with this type of pellet. I recommend getting these if you have larger, pesky things to deal with. Because a lot of times the other ones might wound them, but these will go right in them and out the other side. So I recommend getting those. But that's about all I can talk about on this. Like I said, I recommend you do it. And if nothing else, just going out and shooting the pellet gun for a little bit every once in a while kind of gets you used to handling a weapon, and you are still aiming. Principles are still the same. So it is practice. And so if you can't go to the range with your regular weapon, then you can always set up some targets in your backyard and at least practice a little bit. So there you go. I think that's about all I can say on this subject. Have fun. Don't shoot your eye out. Talk to you later.